Using cruise control inside of the Bronco Sport is a very straightforward process. There are two different types of cruise control that are available, so it's either going to be normal cruise control or there's adaptive cruise control. Normal cruise is exactly that. So you set it at, let's say, 80. The car in front of you slows down, yours will not brake. Versus the adaptive cruise control, that's your set it and forget it cruise. You set it at 80, the car in front of you slows down, yours is automatically going to brake. They change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed. Actually using cruise control is done with the buttons along this side of the steering wheel. So you'd toggle cruise control on this way, and when you do it, it would set you at whatever your current speed is. I'm parked now, which is why it defaulted to the road speed. So it's going to set you at your current speed. You then increase, decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time by going up and down. You can push and hold up or push and hold down in order to increase, decrease at larger increments. You can hit the brake pedal in order to cancel your speed. You can push the X button in order to cancel your speed. Then you push the button in the middle here in order to resume your previously set speed. You've got a gap adjustment button here, and this is specifically when you're using the adaptive cruise control system. So you can see there are 4 unique levels that are available. Think of that like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi for how close or far you are away from that leading vehicle. I'm personally okay on level 1 most of the time, but you might want to be on level 2, 3, or 4 depending on your own personal comfort level and your reaction speed. And then you've got this one here, which is going to be your lane keeping system. So you can see that lane keeping system turned on or off with the icon there letting us know if it's toggled on or off. Inside of your vehicle infotainment, so you go features, driver assistance, you're going to come up to this screen with cruise control, where you can change between either the normal or the adaptive cruise. Lane centering is available there too. So lane centering and lane keeping are 2 different systems. I'll explain lane keeping in a second. But lane centering, as long as the vehicle recognizes the lane markings, it's going to keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. So it's not full hands-free driving, it's not blue cruise, but it gets really close. So as long as those lane markings are recognized, you take your hands off the steering wheel for up to 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, you get a message letting you know that you've got to put your hands back on the wheel. But if you lose focus for a second, etc., it's going to keep you perfectly balanced. There's also predictive speed assist with a tolerance level. So with predictive speed assist, if you're going around a bend with adaptive cruise turned on, it's going to automatically lower your speed for you. But it's also based off of the road speed. So let's say if the speed goes from 60 down to 40, it's automatically going to decrease your speed. If it goes from 40 up to 60, it can automatically increase your speed. But that's based off of your tolerance level. So are you okay with going over or under the speed limit? We're in kilometers an hour here, but up to 30 over or under. And then you've got your lane keeping system. There's a speed limit assist on there. I'm not too crazy about it, but you've got a speed warning available if you're going too fast based off of the road speed. But your lane keeping system, that works 3 different ways. So you toggle it on with the button here, and it's just one way to toggle it on or off. But with it turned on, there's either an alert, there's an aid, or there's an alert and aid. And the difference, the alert, if you start to veer over into another lane without signaling, you get a bit of a steering wheel vibration, almost as if you're running over rumble pavement or there's something wrong with your alignment. There is nothing wrong, it's just that you're moving into a lane without signaling. There's the actual aid. So as long as those lane markings are recognized, it'll actually nudge you back into your lane. And then the alert and the aid will do both. So you'll get a vibration, and then it's going to nudge you back into your lane. And then there's alert intensity, which is the intensity of the steering wheel vibration. And there are a lot of other driving assistance features there too, but lane keeping, lane centering are different. So let's go through a little live drive here, and I'll show you how the system actually works. All right, so you can toggle the system on by pushing the button along the outside there, and it's set me at the current speed that I'm driving. I can increase, decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time, push and hold up, or push and hold down for larger increments. If you're coming up to a red light and there's nobody stopped in front of you, you have to brake yourself. But the second you touch the brake pedal, you're going to have to resume your previously set speed there. So this is kind of perfect because we're green in a second here. So as I tap resume, if it's not speeding up fast enough, you can hit the accelerator pedal there to speed up faster if you'd like to. So again, toggle it on off this way, tap the brake or X to cancel your speed, resume in the middle to resume your previously set speed. There's the gap adjustment. So how close or far are you from the leading vehicle? You can toggle the lane keeping system on or off this way there too, but we're cruising. Now, none of the lanes are currently recognized as of right now. If they were, you'd see your little steering wheel along the bottom go green. And we're coming up to a red light here, and I'm actually going to do this. Get behind this car here, and let's resume my speed. This is perfect. So we're at a red light. Car in front of me is slowing down, and without my feet on the gas or the brake, the car can bring you down to a complete stop. There is some limited stop and go capabilities available too. So after a few seconds, if you're stopped, there we go, we'll start to resume. Again, if it's not speeding up fast enough, hit the accelerator pedal in order to speed up faster. Mentioned there, you've got the two different types of cruise that you can navigate through the infotainment system. But if you want full walkthroughs, so how to use all the different steering wheel buttons, go through the cluster screen or the infotainment, you'll find full walkthroughs down in the description of this video. But that's how you use the cruise control system inside of the Ford Bronco Sport.